Hello, Bronco fans and football fans alike. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is May 28th, Friday, 2021. I am your host, Bronco Bill. Obviously, besides Bronco news and Colorado Avalanche news, I also have some Phil Mickelson, Brandon Marshall, Adam Vinateri, and the Dallas Cowboys. So let's get started. First off, let me jump right into congratulations to Phil Mickelson. Now, Phil Mickelson is the oldest PGA golfer, to win a major at the age of 50. Now, I know what everybody's saying. 50 is a new 30 or whatever. New 40, new 35, whatever you want to say. That doesn't matter, guys. When you're 50 years old and you're playing against guys that are in their early 20s, like 20, 21, maybe even 19, 18, these guys have the strength, and they have the endurance, and they have the no backaches or no issues per se when it comes to golf. I don't know how many people out there play golf. I do. I love golf, but it's a very, very hard game. And the reason why it's hard is, and I'm not going to go into great detail because this video is not about golf, but I just want to throw this out there, that if you're walking 18 holes up and down, I know you're not carrying the clubs. I get that. I'm talking about pro golfers now, but let's go to just amateur golfers. Okay. You're constantly swinging, you're constantly bending, you're twisting your back, you're twisting your hips. It's not an easy sport. In the case you haven't played golf and you think it's easy, go out there and try it. It's not that easy. And every day they move the pin placement on the green. They make it harder every day. Even in amateurs, they move the pins. You got wind factor. You have different lengths. You have different widths of the fairway. You have rough. You have the first cut. You have the second cut. You have bunkers. You have water. You have trees. I can go on, and I'm not going to. But I just want to say congratulations to Phil Mickelson, being the oldest PGA golfer to ever win a major at the age of 50. He won the PGA Championship. Congratulations again. All right, let's move on to Adam Vinateri. Now, Adam Vinateri is calling it quits after 24 years in the NFL, and he's won 4 Super Bowls. Adam Vinateri played for the Patriots, and he played for the Indianapolis Colts. He's retiring at the age of 48. Now, he retires as the all-time leading scorer. He's won 4 Super Bowls, as I mentioned, and he's definitely going to be a surefire Hall of Famer. There's got to be no doubt. In fact, he kicked the winning field goal in Super Bowl 46, nailing a 48-yarder on the final play of the game to give the Patriots a 20-17 win over the St. Louis Rams. Now, I'll tell you what, man, to be able to play in the NFL when you're 48, I know he's just a kicker, I get it. But again, I go back to age or aches and pains. Doesn't matter if you're a kicker or not. You still have to have the strength and the leg and the stamina to be able to kick a 48-yard field goal. I've never been a field goal kicker, but I was a punter in high school. But that's beside the point. What the point is it's not easy the older you get. And I'm not trying to compare myself to Adam Vinateri by any stretch of the imagination. But what I am saying is to be able to play in the NFL for 24 seasons and do what he did is remarkable. Congratulations, Vinateri, on a wonderful career. And I know we'll see you in a Hall of Fame induction in about 5 years. Let's go to Brandon Marshall. Now, former linebacker for the Denver Broncos, Brandon Marshall, hasn't played in the NFL since 2018. But he's trying out, or did try out as of yesterday, Thursday, with the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to make the team. I'm not sure. I mean, we're talking 3 years out of the NFL. I know. Tim Tebow's been out of the NFL for a long time as well. But I'm not comparing Tim Tebow to Brandon Marshall either. I'm not comparing that. Everybody's different. But I don't know if Brandon Marshall's going to make the team, but I wish him well. He He played well for the Broncos. He played more on his instincts and his ability to see and read the opposing offensive plan, what they were doing, what they're moving. So he relied mostly on instincts than he did for sheer talent. I hope Brandon Marshall does well. I hope he does make a comeback. I'm not sure if he's going to, but at least he's trying to, and I got to tip my hat to that. So, Brandon Marshall, hope you achieve your goal and your expectations. Now, let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, as you know, that Jerry Jones does not like to, he doesn't like to lose, period. I don't know of any owner or coach or general manager, anybody that likes to lose. But Jerry Jones definitely does not like to lose. Now, that being said, after the Cowboys went 6-10 last year, 2020 season, Mike McCarthy's been fired. Now, Jerry Jones has not named a successor as of yet, or if he has, it hasn't been reported. But after going 6-10, Mike McCarthy is out as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Vic Fangio hasn't had a winning season either, and he's entering a third year. So, I mean, obviously, Vic Fangio has a little bit longer leash. I'm not sure how long he's going to have that. If he has another losing season, or Broncos have another losing season this year, because George Payton is now the general manager. So I don't know how long he's giving Vic Fangio that leash. Now, speaking of Vic Fangio, let me progress right into that topic. Now, Vic Fangio and his staff went to George Payton and requested draft help on this past draft, and they got draft help. They got defensive help, and they got offensive help. And the offensive help, obviously, is to help out Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. Now, should the Broncos have another losing season with those acquisitions, with those weapons, like Sutton and Judy, and on defense, like Patrick Surtain, and with Justin Simmons still there, and Kyle Fuller, and the Broncos have another losing season? Now, is Vic Fangio gone, along with his coaching staff? I would have to say yes, because he hasn't had a winning season. The Broncos haven't had a winning season under Vic Fangio. So I would have to say he has to be gone. Now, do I want that to happen? Obviously not. I want the Broncos to succeed. I want the Broncos to have a winning season. But like I said a couple of videos ago, in my prediction, you're going to have to go back and watch that if you haven't. But the way I saw it and the way I looked at the different teams and the schedule the Broncos have, I'm not too sure Vic Fangio sticks around. And again, that bodes alongside his coaching staff. They all could be gone. But hopefully the Broncos have a winning season, and hopefully Vic Fangio got and requested the pieces that he wanted and needed on this team to succeed in 2021. Obviously, I want that to happen as well. Now, let's go to Max Duffy. Now, I don't know of anybody that's heard of Max Duffy unless you watch Australian football, but Max Duffy was signed by the Denver Broncos, and he comes over as a former Australian Football League punter. Now, he will compete with Sam Martin, who is now the Broncos punter, and has been the last season, for the team starting position. Max Duffy is 28 years old, and he's played in the Australian Football League for the past 3 seasons. Now, Australian football is a little bit different. They kick the ball differently. It's a little bit different size football, pressure maybe different, whatever. But Australian kickers seem to do well in the NFL. So I'm really, really hoping that Max Duffy gets the position. Now, that's not taking anything away from Sam Martin, but Sam Martin wasn't really accurate and didn't really have a good season last year. So competition is what we need. Competition is what we're going to get. So Max Duffy is going to compete with Sam Martin for the starting punting position for the Denver Broncos. Let's go to the Broncos OTAs. Now, the Broncos OTAs, just like any other team, are voluntary at this point in time in the season. Now, for the first day of OTAs, the Broncos had 81 players show up, with 7 of the players that didn't show up were on the COVID list, and 2 of them were holdouts. Now, the 2 holdouts are surprising to me, and they may be surprising to you. The 2 holdouts were Gordon and Kyle Fuller. Now, Gordon wants to be the starting running back, and he wants to prove that he can be a starting running back over the draft of Williams that we got in the draft, over the rookie, I should say, Williams that we got in the draft. So if he really wants to be the starting quarterback and he really wants to be that person, why didn't he show up? Why not be there at OTAs? Is it because of virus? Come on, Gordon. Really? You got 81 of your teammates that showed up. I don't think they're too scared or nervous or concerned. And then you got Kyle Fuller, who came over from the Bears. And Vic Fangio knows him well. Vic Fangio said he has no idea why Kyle Fuller didn't show up for OTAs. Again, Kyle Fuller wants to be on this team. We drafted a corner. We drafted defensive players. So if Kyle Fuller really wants to make this team and be on this team, he'd better be at OTAs. But what strikes me interesting about Gordon and Fuller holding out is simply this. Both of them are veterans. Do both of them really feel that all they have to do is show up on game day, put their uniform on, and they are the guy? You know, if that's the way they're thinking, they better think again, because there's rookies out there that want their job. And those rookies are going to bust their backside to get that job. So just a word to Gordon and Fuller. Hey guys, you can't just show up on what you've done in the past. You've got to prove yourself each and every game. And that means OTAs with your other fellow teammates, 81 of them. And I guarantee the 7 that are on the COVID list would probably be there too if they weren't on that list. I don't know who they are, but I can tell you they will probably be there. Don't understand Gordon and Fuller, but hopefully they figure it out by next OTA. All right, let's move on to, well, I've already covered those. Let's go to my final point. My final point being the Colorado Avalanche. Congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche for sweeping the St. Louis Blues 4 straight. Now, I know St. Louis is a defending champion from 2019, but that was then. This is now. And the Colorado Avalanche are a very, very solid team. They have 4 solid lines, and they put a beat down on the St. Louis Blues by the tune of these 4 scores. 4-1, 6-3, 5-1, and 5-2. That's a total of 20-7 in goals. Not only that, but the Avalanche only trailed in the entire series by a little over 7 minutes. And that's it. That's the only time they trailed was for a little total of 7 minutes in Game 4 when they trailed 1-0. That was it, guys. This team is dominant, but they have not played in a little over a week. And that's because the Minnesota Wild and the Las Vegas Golden Knights are going to Game 7 tonight, Friday night. They're going to Game 7. Now, the winner of that game obviously will play the Colorado Avalanche on Sunday, 5 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Mountain time at Ball Arena in downtown Denver. Hopefully the Avalanche have gotten some well-needed rest. Hopefully Grubauer is well rested and solid and ready to go, because I'm telling you guys, the Knights or the Wild are not going to get swept by the Avalanche. I don't believe the Avalanche can sweep either one of these teams. They are way too strong and way too solid, and they have great goaltending. I'm looking at the Avalanche winning the series 4-2. It's going to go 6 games in my book. That's it, guys. That's all I have. Go Avalanche. Take down whomever, whether it be the Knights or the Wild, on Sunday. Have a great, great weekend, guys, and we'll talk to you next Friday. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.